My ass be tired.
Let's do it.
Boom! Welcome to Fight Heads MMA. It is me, Miss Nikki. Look who I got with me tonight, y'all. I got
Yeah.
mac and
It getting
cheese.
late. It's all good. You a
Look, I
workaholic
got.
just like me.
We be in this piece in the middle of the day, in the middle of the night, in the middle. Where they at? In the middle. Andrew Sams will be back with us in a moment. But yes, that's who we have today. Miss Nikki has mac and cheese, aka Andrew Sams. A lot of you guys know him as Just Heart, um, one of our entrepreneurs amongst our combat sports industry. Um, yeah, he's fighting this weekend, you guys. He is fighting tomorrow.
There we
And
go.
Miss Miss Nikki has just been able to get caught up with this young man the day before his fight. Sometimes it works out like that, and I am appreciative that he took his time to talk to me tonight right before his fight. Me and him been going back and forth for quite a while about him fighting and him making weight and just getting healthy doing it, and I think he has finally accomplished that mission. I think he is finally pulling it all
I
together.
have.
I'm excited for him. I am proud of him, and I cannot wait to hear everything that has been going on for you, baby. So, welcome back to Fight Heads
Well,
MMA.
thank you. Thank you.
This is gonna be Miss Nikki's future correspondent right here. Yeah, for Fight
Oh,
Heads MMA.
absolutely. You already
This
know we
man
about to
right
do big
here.
thing. We
Going
always taking and
down.
baking.
Yes.
But
So
it's always an honor and privilege. You know how we do it. Fight Heads MMA. We get to the details.
yes, we do.
So
Well, so what is this card? This is NFC what 31 or something?
138.
138.
138.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They've been putting on
They've
some
been
shows.
moving.
David Obla's been doing a great job. He did a jiu-jitsu match last week, had an MMA card last week, and then the fights this week. He's been putting in the work.
Miss Nikki been missing the action.
It's all right. We gonna get everything right. We're gonna get everything squared away. We can get right.
So today, well, what time is it? Is it after midnight? Not yet,
Yeah.
but
Nope. It's
tomorrow.
11:30. We still good.
Tomorrow, this young man will be fighting at NFC 138 in the 145 division.
No, I'm at 165 this time. We went up. Yeah.
165.
Yep. I weighed in at
Okay.
165.8. We went
Okay,
up.
that's what I seen. I thought it was 145.
You
I don't
good?
know
You
where my
good?
mind was. Okay, 165. That's even better than I ain't got. That's less worry on Miss Nikki.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So where were you started when you started dropping weight for this camp?
So
What
for this camp, I started about 194. I gained some weight. So I had a previous fight. I started at 242. I got down to 167. Dealt with some things. Had to get out of camp for a little bit, put on a little weight, and then about 2.5 months ago, I was like, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do it. I started training. I wasn't even looking for a fight. Started training, started sparring, and then one of my coaches like, you're probably about ready. You just put your feet in the water and see. And then they're like, hey, we got a guy for you. And I was like, cool. I was like, Muay Thai or MMA. I was like, I prefer Muay Thai over MMA just so I can work on some striking. And they were like, yeah, he'll do Muay Thai. We got to wait. We got books. And 6 weeks later, we make weight and we're fighting.
Okay, so it's gonna be a Muay
So
Thai
it
fight.
moved pretty quick.
So it's gonna be Muay Thai.
Yes, ma'am. We have to change
Okay.
the pace a little bit. You go from MMA to Muay Thai to bare knuckle.
You know it. You know it. So do you
Gotta
guys
make
have
some
to
transitional
wear
changes.
in Georgia? Do you have to wear
So
protective gear for your Muay Thai? Did you hear me? Andrew is like super out there in
I
the country. He lives
I
out in the
do.
country.
So my opponent doesn't have as many fights as I do in MMA. So there's no way we could have got a waiver. But we're both debuts. We're both
Okay.
debuts for Muay Thai, so we have to wear headgear and shin guards. Kind of sucks, but it's part of the process. I'm in the learning stages again. Every
Right.
martial artist, even when you get to a pinnacle where you think you're good, there's something that can beat you. And, you know, I get to train with Joe and I get to train with Jason Wolf and a lot of really good guys in the MMA community. And, you know, even if I one day win a belt or whatever, that's not my goal. But if I do, I still got to practice and I still got to be in the learning phase. So I'm just embracing it right now. It's an
Okay.
honor and privilege to learn with some of these guys that are going through the ranks in, you know, bare knuckle and MMA and Muay Thai. And it's cool to be a part of their journey alongside of their part of my journey.
That's what's up. So I heard you sneak a
So,
little bare knuckle in there. Which one of them is our bare knuckle
well,
fighter?
well, the
Or
goal,
looking?
you know, Joe. Joe's like my best friend.
Oh, Joe
Joe,
Elmore. When you said Joe,
I was cutting
I
weight
wasn't
with him.
thinking about the hitman. I wasn't thinking about. I don't know why,
Yeah,
because I know y'all directly connected. Y'all train
yeah,
together
that's my
now. I don't even
brother.
know why I didn't think about him.
Hey,
So
hey, Miss Nikki.
when is he coming back? What's up, hitman? When you
Hey,
coming back, young
look,
man?
I'm not gonna spill the beans, but when he comes back, it's gonna be Joe Elmore 2.0. The Hitman has evolved a little bit, mentally,
Oh,
spiritually, physically. I'm not gonna, you know, boast because he's my best friend, but just it's gonna be special. I'll tell you that,
okay,
special. But I
okay.
gotta tell you a story. No one knows this yet, but I was playing Call of Duty while cutting weight today. Uh, I took a hot bath. I took this hot bath, put some Alvaline on, some sweet sweats, and Joe made me run, and then he like covered me in blankets, and he was like, "Hey, what do you want to do while you're cutting weight?" And I was like, "Let's watch John Wick." And then I was like, "Nah, let's play some Call of Duty." So Joe turned on Call of Duty, and I was dropping some 10 pieces. I was going in. Joe was like, "How are you doing so well?" I was like, "Keep wiping the sweat off my face." I'll drop the video tomorrow. We did a little video when he put me in
Okay.
blankets and stuff. So it was pretty cool. It was the most interesting cutting weight experience I had so far in my career.
So you have been quite comfortable with this weight cut. You don't feel like you are in a hangry
Fantastic.
spot or too depleted or anything like that?
I feel fantastic. I knew coming into this fight I would have to be prepared, not only
Mhm.
mentally but physically. Luckily, I was very blessed to meet Jeff with Macro Mills, and they helped me out. We made a game plan. We
That
figured out
was
some
my
things,
next question. Tell me
and
about the macro meals. Just the little beast you showed us tonight. Those look good.
hold on, hold on. I was just right before we got on here. I was eating.
Ah,
Took
see?
care of me. They took care of me. You know,
Okay.
I'm very blessed with the people that I surround myself with, and then the people I put in on my team to help me. And Macro Meals is fantastic when it comes to food. It was clean, healthy. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better meal prep company to help me for a camp. I'm used to them previously in the past, and they weren't bad. Don't get me wrong, but they dropped this food off to my gym. They said,
See?
"Hey, what time can we meet you? And we're gonna meet this deadline." I said, "Okay, I'm at the gym at this time. Can you meet me here?" They said, "Yes, sir." And they brought the food, and I was like, "Thank you."
So you get a delivery from them like once a week since you've been in training and stuff?
Every Thursday.
Okay. That's what
So,
I'm talking about. What is their best meal that you've had so far?
oh man. My favorite is I had it's called cracked chicken. It almost looks like tuna, but it's not tuna. It's chicken. It's kind of creamy, super, super good.
Oh
And then
wow.
today I tried the Mongolian chicken and rice. Oh man, that was
That sounds good.
fantastic. I mean, everything I've had by them has been like super like high quality food. And you know me, I used to own a restaurant. So
Yes.
I'm picky when it comes to food. Like I won't eat people's food if I don't think it's good. Like I'll say,
Okay.
sorry, I appreciate you, but it's not coming in my body. And
He's
anyone
a mess,
chefs
y'all.
do, but
So, what is that dessert? I seen your little dessert too. What is
oh
that?
man.
Is those chocolate chip cookies I seen? Miss Nikki
No, I
like
don't.
chocolate
I
chip
can't have
cookies.
chocolate because I'm allergic. But hold on, we got.
Oh, you allergic? Oh Lord, my baby is allergic to chocolate. We're gonna have to get something else for him. I say he had something good in one of those boxes that Micro Mills dropped off for him. There's some kind of dessert in there. Miss Nikki is a huge dessert fan. I love chocolate cake. One the way to Miss Nikki's heart is chocolate cake, chocolate ice cream,
Oh,
chocolate on chocolate
I'll
on
try to flip
chocolate.
the screen for you, but no, it's cinnamon toast crunch crispies.
Oh no!
Yeah, and
Oh,
I'm a fat boy.
oh, Miss Nikki would be a fat girl if she was with you.
Hold on, look at this.
Oh my goodness. Everything looks like it's homemade too.
Oh, it's all fresh. They make it
Yes.
literally and they bring it. Like, yeah,
So
fantastic company. It's actually interesting. After my last fight, some of my sponsors or contracts came up, and I had to find some new sponsors. I filled up all my sponsorship slots, and I made agreements with people, and everything's working out. Everything's gone smooth. Fight camp went really good. Jason Wolf and Frank at Striker Fight Center and Coach Stevie, man, they pushed me. Some of the guys up there had a different pace than I'm used to, so I had to adjust. And whew, I'm telling you, I had a fun camp. This is probably the most fun I've had since we went on this bare knuckle tour last year.
right. That's what's up, young man.
Yeah.
I am excited. So this team and this camp that you're talking about right now, do you plan on spending some time there, or is this just for this fight? Or
Oh
will you
man, this
be in
is
and out?
this is gonna be one of my home gyms. I'm always gonna go to X3 and work with those guys and show love. There's always Savage Squad, under Detroit Leons, and they have a good camp here in Georgia. And they'll always be my family. But yeah, Striker, man, it's great, especially for Muay Thai. Coach Frank and Coach Stevie has a great understanding. They're really good at breaking down the fundamentals and showing me what I'm doing wrong. They made me realize a lot. So I'm just really grateful. I was very blessed to be able to train at that gym and still be able to train at the gym. I already talked to Coach Frank yesterday when I was cutting weight. I was like, hey, I'm going to be gone for a couple of days, but I'm going to be right back Wednesday or Thursday, maybe a little sooner. I was actually planning on going to Kentucky Monday, but my little sister and my nephew got COVID, so I got to reschedule that till they feel a little better.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Well, we
but it's all
send our
good.
prayers out to the families.
I appreciate
If
it. I appreciate
anybody's
it.
still dealing with this crazy COVID, and
Yeah,
hope
it's
we can slow
it's
this shit down, man.
Hey, I tell people I love you regardless you get vaccinated or not. It's your business. It's your health.
Right.
I just want you healthy. I want you going after your dreams. I want you going after your goals and just be positive, man. We have a beautiful opportunity in life, and I think everybody should capture it right now. I mean, we
I
don't have any
agree.
time to waste.
I agree, young man. So, where is this card going to be held tomorrow? So, for all my people that's going to be in the Metro Atlanta area, listen up because he's about to tell you where they're going to have this card at tomorrow.
We'll be at the district in Atlanta.
Okay,
Um, it's a really
nice
nice
place.
venue. It's a two-story venue. You actually got to go there for Jacob and watch him and do some media stuff. It's a great venue. This is my first time actually fighting in this venue. So I'm ecstatic. I get people looking down on me instead of sitting in front.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
like my hair's sticking up right now just thinking about it. Like
I
I'm
could
ready.
imagine that place gonna be bananas tomorrow, because
The best
it was when I was in there, just it was bananas. I mean,
it's
everybody was
an
having a good
environment.
time, the fighters were having a good time, everybody just it was just a really calm environment. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, oh man, it was fantastic. From especially from a corner side, going in there cornering Jake and everything and seeing that aspect, it was great. I got to meet one of the owners of the district and got to talk with him.
Okay.
One of my good buddies I train with, his name is Leo. He actually introduced me to him, and it was like cool. We had a good moment, talked to him about doing some stuff, and we had a great time, especially upstairs. We had a fantastic time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That
So
upstairs is lit.
yeah, it's another. I mean, even downstairs was nice, but upstairs, like the
I
energy, the energy was real.
I liked it upstairs because we got to actually look down into the cage. That's
Right. It was
the
like
best part. Like, man, that was awesome.
it's
That
almost
was
like the
super awesome.
gladiator stadiums where you got to look into the pits. It's like
Yes. And
so.
and I think it amps you up, guy. It amps up the fighters too when they get it, when y'all step in the cage and then
Yeah.
y'all start looking around and seeing people up above you and down below you. It's like,
Right.
damn, I'm here. Let's
Right.
go. Even if you didn't want to fight, once you get that energy moving in you in that cage, then you do want to fight. So
I don't know. I always like to fight. People were like, if I didn't have to fight for money or I didn't have to do this, I wouldn't fight. And I'm like, man, I'm one of the few people. Like, I don't have to fight for money. I don't have
right.
to fight for the sponsorships. And look, I'm still amateur. I'm not pro, so like I have to do all my money in ticket sales and sponsorships. But it's like I just enjoy it. I've been through some gruesome injuries from my knee, my quadriceps, my Achilles. my ribs. Like shit, I just
So
enjoy it. It's a fun
yeah, just
process.
the
Like
fact that we get to see you do it is a
yeah.
miracle at this point. Is there how much is it going to be? How much are the prices of the tickets? Are there separate?
I'm
Are
not
there
sure.
VIP tickets or anything?
I didn't get any physical tickets, so I'm not exactly sure
Okay.
the venue cost, but I would say they probably wouldn't be more than like $60.
Okay, for like higher level seats or just
The
general
general where you get to
seats?
stand above the cage, I think they're like $60. I'm not sure. I didn't go on the website.
Okay.
I was actually surprised because normally I get in hand tickets. But I just sent everybody the link and no one asked me for help. Everybody's like, I got them. I was like, cool.
Oh, okay. Okay. So where
So,
can they go to find the link at?
NFCfighting.com.
Okay.
If you go to my Facebook, you should be able to find the link. One of my photos has it. If not, message me. I'll send it to you. But yeah, it should be nfcfighting.com. It will say NFC 138. Purchase here. You click it. It'll take you to Eventbrite. Eventbrite will obviously let you check out through the NFC page.
So how does it feel that you won't be having a grapple tomorrow and
I don't
you
know.
know
I'm used to grappling.
that's what I'm saying. Like I know you're going to be like, "Oh, dang," but I think you're going to be right there for it. How are you feeling physically?
I feel
I,
great. I feel great physically. I trained this whole camp strength striking. I haven't done any jujitsu in, well, man, wow. I don't even know if I know how to grapple anymore, honestly.
don't
Uh,
be out there don't be out there gaslighting people with that. Don't gaslight them with that. Please don't.
you know, okay, okay. Um, but yeah, I get to explore a new side of me. I've reinvented myself for this fight. I mean, I don't think even when I fought Hunter McKendrick and we stand for a good bit of the fight before we went to the ground, um, I throw kicks a lot better now. My jab's better now. My head movement's better. My pivots are better. I mean, we literally broke me down and said, "Hey, everything you're doing that works, we'll keep. Everything we do wrong, we'll throw it away and never do it again, please."
I know that's right. So
And you know,
do you feel like you had to get rid of a lot, or do you feel like you was it was
I
okay?
I didn't have to get rid of a lot. I had to adjust how I was doing it. My stance for Muay Thai, I have a wider base. I like to throw
Okay.
the Taekwondo kicks. I like to set up. I do a lot of feints. So now I'm doing more like pressure style fighting than the feint style. Like I'm gonna throw feints. I mean, that's just who I am. But I hit harder. I mean, I'm not even in the best shape of my career. I mean, I'm at the best shape I've been for 165, but I fought at 45.
Mhm.
So, but I hit harder than I've ever hit before. I'll tell you that. My cardio is really good. If I gas out, I'm gonna be shocked. To be honest, he better hit me in the body hard and
So
gas.
what have you been doing to spice up this cardio?
Oh man, I got a video I got to show you. Jason Wolf made a great cardio plan, 5 rounds. It's literally hell. It's hell. I mean, it's 30 seconds of burpees, 30 seconds of shadow boxing, 30 seconds of jab cross shooting, 30 seconds of mountain climbers, 30 seconds of Kamara sit ups, 30 seconds of planking, 30 seconds of push ups into, I call them nose dives. He calls it a little different. And then we switch back into shadow boxing, and then we do 30 seconds of mountain climbers. Then we take either 30-second or a minute, depends on the day. But it's like a 25 minutes of hell, and it's
Dang.
5 rounds. So, and then we've been sparring 10-minute rounds. It's like I'm fighting 2 3-minute fights, 3 2-minute rounds, and I've been training like I'm doing pro Muay Thai. So
There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong
no,
with
no,
that. It should definitely put you in an advantageous place eventually.
absolutely. But my opponent, man, I sparred him a little bit before we got matched up, and he's fast. I'm not worried about his speed 'cause I think I'm just as fast now.
Okay.
There was a weight difference when I sparred him and a cardio difference.
Okay.
I was like 187 pounds when I sparred this guy. Still eating a little unhealthy. Like I made a better choice. I was making better commitments. But on the weekends, on a Sunday, have some nachos, enjoy yourself.
Right. Just a little
But
bit.
the moment I got matched up, I changed my diet immediately. That was the first thing I did is change my diet. I changed
I'm
who I.
very proud of you for that.
Well, thank you. I changed
Yes.
who I surrounded myself with. A lot of the business, I passed on. I told some of the people I work with, I was like, hey, man, you're going to have to pick up the pace. You're going to have to step up for a minute. I was like, we got 6 weeks. I need you to step up for 6 weeks. If you can do this, we can talk about raises, promotions, all that good stuff.
I know that's
But
right.
right now, I'm focusing on fighting. I was like, I love my company to death. I'm always there for y'all. But right now, I'm going to the gym. I'll see y'all in 2 hours.
I know that's daggone right. So
So,
is outside of what for you? What for you is the best part going into this fight?
just the energy that, like, the people that know me, like, just to see how excited the people that know me are.
Okay.
This has like been a big part of my life. I started training when I was 11. I've been through some injuries, but like they've seen my ups and downs. They've seen what I did as a kid, and they've seen what happened after injuries, and they stuck by me. And they're just excited to see my journey. I mean, they see me at 243 pounds, out of shape, sucking wind, and they were still trying to motivate me to do better. So now that I made weight and I'm in my prime, you should see how many people message me, man. I'm so proud of your weight cut. I'm actually interested in losing some weight. Can you help me, my wife, and my kids get on a nutrition program? Or hey, do you mind coming out and doing some workouts with us? Or hey, I've been thinking about losing weight myself, and just because you did it and you lost over 100 pounds in a year, I'm gonna go do it. And that right there is like that's more exciting than the fight.
I know that's right.
Like,
Being an inspiration to other people.
and then fighters, man, fighters been coming up to me and like, hey, man, I see how hard you push for sponsorships and how hard you push for this stuff. Now I'm reaching out to sponsors, and I just got my first sponsor. I just got my second sponsor. And it takes a little pressure off of them. Even a
Absolutely.
$100 sponsorship or $50 sponsorship, that means a lot to some fighters because some
Yes.
fighters, your blood work, eye exam, and stuff costs a couple $100 depending on if you get a deal or not. So, for them to get one sponsor that says, hey, I believe in you, I'm going to invest in you, you know, do what you can to help promote my brand is a lot.
Hmm.
So,
Absolutely. So, dang, how many fights are on the card tomorrow?
so there's 18 fighters, 9 fights. There were a couple more fights, but some got canceled due to different things, injuries, different.
Understood.
But I mean, there's a lot of good matchups.
So we got some MMA fights. Do we have any boxing? Is there going to be
No
any boxing
boxing.
matches?
If don't quote me on this, I believe there's 3 Thai fights or 4 Thai fights, and then the rest are MMA.
Okay. So you're one. Where are you going to follow? Where's your fight fall on the
I'm fight
card?
number
Do you know?
4. So
Fight
the
number 4. Are
yes,
we streaming this? Is NFC going to stream
it's
this?
on Flow Combat.
Flow Combat. That's
So
right. I
Flow
knew it was
Combat,
somebody that. Yeah.
they're actually pretty good at streaming. I have
Yeah.
services to watch some of my teammates fight. They typically do a good job. I think it's worth the money. So it's cheaper than buying a ticket if you want to sit at home and comfort your home. Don't want to worried about getting sick or being in a crowded building. So,
Flow
but
Combat Sports.
yeah, they're awesome.
Okay. I'm trying to put
Now, if
this
I could
in
work
here.
out a deal with getting some money for getting some of them people to watch, that'd be nice.
Ah, let's
Trust me, we're
talk
working
at the ducats,
fighters that
people.
fought on the show Flow Combat. I got something in the works. I haven't sent it to them yet. I want to make sure it's perfect, but I think we should at least get 20% of what we bring to them. Give me some time. Give me like 2-3 months, and then hopefully I can convince Flow Combat to do it. So Flow Combat, if you're watching, this is the first announcement on it. But you already knew I'm coming. I'm a big advocate for fighting and getting them paid.
We're gonna be running the world soon.
Oh, absolutely.
We're gonna
I'm
be
not.
running the world
I'm
soon.
I'm here to play in all aspects, from the business side, from the fan side, from the
It's
competitor side. Like,
look at this dude. He all over the place, y'all. Y'all gotta keep your eye on him because he move fast. He be into everything, and it's
oh,
all
while
positive.
people are sleeping, I'm up. I
A
wake up
lot.
at 5 o'clock every morning. Like, I be on my phone working. I be in bed working. It be 1, 2, or 3 in the morning. I'm working. If I ain't working, I'm playing Call of Duty, working somebody's life.
You are a mess. You are a mess. So tomorrow, the doors open at the
5.
district at 5.
Yes,
Fight
ma'am.
start at what time?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock,
I
and
always say
you're
you get about 5-10 minutes after 6 because we do the anthem. Sometimes they change when they do the anthem, but if they
okay.
do the national anthem at first, like I think they're gonna do, you normally got 5-10 minutes. You know what I mean? They normally let people get drinks. They'll sit in. They call the first card.
I just need y'all to
Subject change.
know if you plan on going to this, if you plan on showing up in person, you might want to be there a little early because this place fills up and fills up fast, the top and the bottom. So you might want to get there a little bit early so you can get your space and get your drinks, and get your eats, whatever you need to be comfortable to watch the fights. Because once they start, they don't stop for us. They just keep right on moving.
Yeah,
So
they push them fights out, and they're awesome. They're amazing. Like
yeah, I
some
had a great time.
Atlanta, I tell people Atlanta's a great fight hub.
Are
Like
you gonna go to the damn, I
Montana
was just
card.
huh?
You talking about BKFC Montana?
No, I
No.
was not.
Oh,
I was
I am.
talking
I
about
think about going. I
I
thought
was
about
talking about boxing.
boxing.
Shakur Stevenson and Jamel Harris Herring. Are
Oh,
you
I
that
might.
boxing match?
I might. That's whew, that I might have to show up for that one.
That's smoke.
Yeah, that's definitely some heat. You know who I'm really speaking of boxing, going back to bare knuckle, you know who I'm really excited about who's recovering? Martin. Martin Brown.
Smash Brown.
Yeah, I saw a video of him today showing his
Oh,
recovery. Ooh, dude, I literally went to weigh-ins after I saw that video and I was like, my boy's coming back.
mhm.
I was like,
He hasn't even been able to talk shit.
I know.
He hasn't even been able to talk shit.
I
So
remember
I
when we were sitting
imagine
outside interviewing
very
him
soon. Yeah. Oh
and
my
he
God.
it was fantastic.
Do you know I lost all sound to that interview? I have the video,
But you
but
don't have
the
the
sound,
sound.
I don't know where the sound went to.
You know what you need to do?
It's somewhere in my
You need to get
computer.
him to do a soundbite and redo the interview, but do it a little differently with the soundbite. But make it more humorous. Make it kind of more humorous.
Woo! No, I think at this point, since he's just been having to rehab, I think a
Yeah.
fresh one will
Oh
be in
yeah,
order.
great.
Because there's been a lot of stuff that's happened from that time until now, and he'll
Yeah.
have a lot to say. So I think a fresh one will be just as
Oh,
exciting as that
absolutely.
first one.
Then I saw Jay Fish. Jay Fish is getting back in camp Monday.
I
About
seen that
Quentin
on. I
Henry.
seen that.
Man, this is like turnover. Like BKFC, I've never seen so many people turn over fights and wanting to fight again ever in my life.
Did you say Quentin Henry and Jason Fish?
Remember they fought already.
Yeah. Are
And
you
then
saying they're gonna
no,
rematch?
no, they're not gonna run it back.
Oh,
I'm just saying, they just fought. They literally just fought and Jason's already ready to fight again.
you know what? If there's somebody that you probably might want to have that conversation with, is it would be Mr. Fish about his weight cuts and maybe his meals or something. I don't know
Okay.
what went wrong for him, but it went terribly wrong for him going into that fight
Well,
with
let's
his
get
weight
him
cut.
right. Let's get him
And we
right.
Cause I already know. I mean, I ain't really trying to be funny or nothing, but I just feel like if we'd have had a healthy Jay Fish, we would have seen a little bit of a different fight. I
Oh,
don't know
absolutely.
what the outcome would have been, but I know it would have been a little bit different than that because that's not him. So I
Right.
knew that it was his body reacted more than him personally. His body was reacting to that shit,
Yeah, but people don't
and he had
realize
a nice little cut.
Quentin hits hard. I know a few people that trained with him over the years, and I know a few people he's fought, and they said he hits hard.
Who,
So
Quentin?
I don't know, man. Some people just, when you don't have any gloves on, you get hit. I don't care how good your chin is.
That's what I'm saying. So
Uh,
we gonna see. We going and was it a case? Was that the case that because he had two successful like first round finishes, Mr. Fish, that sent him in shock, actually being struck back? I think it was more of a
I think
doctor.
he,
The doctor stopped it, right? The doctor stopped that fight, right?
uh,
Or did the
I
ref?
think he got dropped. I think he got rocked, and the ref
And then
stopped
they said, okay.
up the 10 count.
So
I
and
have
that
to.
I was standing right there. I'm surprised I have a million things in my mouth sometimes.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. But all I can say is I think Jason Finch will be back. I think he'll stack a couple more wins and there'll be a rematch. This could possibly be a rematch for a title one day, and it will sell.
I think so too. I
Both these guys are such
absolutely
great
believe
guys.
so.
I've had the privilege to meet both of them, just like you have. And you get to talk to them, get to do some stuff, and get to meet these people, and they're great people.
Absolutely.
That
All my
BKFC
fighters are.
family is phenomenal.
Let me ask you a question. So you know, Miss Nikki was doing her thing, and she talked to Lorenzo right before, and he gave his prediction in that moment. This was
Right,
fight night, so what? I didn't look at it as being personal. It was what I asked him because
right,
it was the same four fights I was asking everybody about,
right.
and I seen in the comment section that once I queued it off and put that itself out outside of it being a live view, um, like Quentin was either taken back, thrown back, or whatever by what Lorenzo has said, and then he didn't see it until after he fought. So I think that made the difference too. But then in the comment section, he says, "Well, Lorenzo says that he's wiped out the rest of the division, but I'm still here." In my mind, in Miss Nikki's mind, that was an invitation to a fight.
I I agree. So Lorenzo, man, 6-1, fantastic career so far. Power puncher. Then you got Quentin Henry, who's the American Dream boy. It's man, that's a great match. That's almost should be, even though I know, is it he's out of American Top Team. Thiago, 185 champ.
Yeah.
Honestly, this should be the Lorenzo versus Quentin should be the title fight.
That's what I said too.
Like that's the title fight. I'm
That is
sorry,
what I
Alves.
said
You
too.
gotta vacate for a minute.
But Lorenzo had his own smoke with Hector because
Yeah,
in
at
that set,
Lombard. Yeah,
that whole little couple minutes I spent with Lorenzo going prior to BKFC 20 was just awesome. I love
oh, when he
him.
got picked up.
No, when we
Is that when
talked
he got
about him. Oh, you mean when he jumped in the ring with Hector?
yeah, and Hector punched him?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that was
I asked him about that. He said he wanted to invoke that in Hector. He wanted to show what Hector was really made of or whatever. And I kind of get it now because when Lorenzo showed up at his gym, he ain't had that same energy.
yeah.
But I also kind of got it because it was right after his fight. He still had that adrenaline in him. And I think everything that they had been talking back and forth and everything that had been going on in that moment, it just exploded. So now you have that conversation of that fight between those two.
Yup.
And everybody was a little bit mad that Hector got that chance to fight for that belt or was given that title fight. But at the end of the day, just like I said, Lorenzo stand right there beside everybody that make them decisions.
Yup.
So I couldn't look at that in a way where like they were shafting him and he just didn't know it because he's right there. So there was a conversation had. He might not have liked the outcome. He might not have liked that, but they had to have that conversation with him because if they didn't, do you remember when they was doing their weigh-ins and their face-offs for that fight, Hector and old boy? Do you
You
remember? Did you see? Did you see Lorenzo in the background stalking?
Yup.
I just thought some shit was gonna break out in that moment. And I
No,
said,
when when I knew Lorenzo was the real deal, when he did the gorilla walk perfectly in the cage or in the ring. Bro, that was flawless. Like,
yo, whenever he's up on deck to fight, it's always gonna be exciting. He gonna bring that smoke. He gonna bring that heat. Every piece, he wants you to feel every piece of them paws. So
oh,
trust to
absolutely,
know it's gonna be
absolutely.
entertaining. Who do you think is gonna be Taylor Starling's upcoming opponent on the card that they have her
They announced it. They
fitted for?
ready. It's the girl that lost to Britton Hart, I think.
Which one?
The one like 2 fights ago, 3 fights ago.
The tall girl.
I think so.
Oh,
It's like one of the weird. I mean, it's not a weird name. It's her name, but it's one of the names that are hard to pronounce.
I think you are talking about the tall girl.
And I love Taylor. She does a lot of stuff with Just Heart. Um, she's awesome. Britton Hart does too. A lot of those girls out of North Carolina, man. My business partner Quintel Lanford has a great community. He's from Tennessee, and he built a great community with Tampa, and just He has that whole North Carolina girl women's team, and
So
man,
tell me, I need you to give me your take on why you think Miss Starling is so popular. Why do you think everybody's looking at her to be the
but
next?
people forget she used to be a boxer. She switched to MMA because you know how boxing is. It's a pay to play sport.
Mhm.
And goes there, and two, she's ready to fight. She'll bleed. She'll bleed for this fight. She's entertaining. Watch her walkout. Just her walkouts, electrifying.
Yeah, her walkout was the stuff.
I'd pay the $4.99 on BKFC app just to watch some of these people's walkouts. They're
Yeah,
walking.
that's true.
She has an
That is true.
electrifying walkout. That and she carries herself well. I mean, she's cute. She's hype. She comes to fight. She doesn't back down. I mean, that's what you look for in a fighter.
So what do you
Like
see?
there, Christine. Oh man, she's a
She's
beast.
coming back too.
Yeah, she's a beast. Like when
See,
you're a beast, you have to recognize them.
I need to say this because I don't think a lot of people understand it. But yeah, we had a couple female fighters before Christine got her chance to get up there and do what she do. And I think she set the bar.
Christine did more than set the bar.
She set the bar. She wasn't, and I say that because unless you were in combat sports and you knew of her previous fighting history, you didn't really know her.
Right.
Then she came in here and without cue, she fucking did that shit.
And I love her on Facebook. How she markets on
Just
Facebook is fantastic.
she just does it, and I think it's a lot of people that want to be in her position but don't want to meet
Absolutely.
her. They don't want to come take it from her.
Well, that and two, it's like she should honestly be fighting for the title. Doesn't matter who her next fight is, it should be for a title.
Who the who is going to be her opponent? Is my question.
I have no idea. It better be somebody good. If they're not good, they're gonna get ran through. This girl's
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
vicious. I,
yeah.
I hate to say it. I hope Taylor gets one or two more fights, and that's the fight for a belt. Just because I want to see them. I just think they're two phenomenal fighters. And I like two phenomenal fighters slugging. I love that mentality of two people saying, "Hey, I'm the best. No, I'm the best. All right, let's fight. Let's
Let's
go."
fight.
And I think they'll push it. I heard Beck's coming back. You know, I told you Beck's one of my favorite people in the world.
So that's another thing. Like, the newer girls have different fighting styles, and that's going to be exciting to see them match up with the fighting style that Beck has previously now that's the thing, will she come with that same previous fighting style, or has she developed something new for our asses?
I don't know
That'll
if
be the
Beck
question.
came up with anything new. I think she just evolved as a fighter. I
You
mean,
think
even
so?
going back to MMA, like you evolve. Even with your losses, you evolve. You know,
Hmm.
I think she's gonna come in with the same attitude, but I think her striking is gonna be a little bit more crisp. I think her movement's gonna be more crisp. I think she'll clinch a little bit more.
Okay. Okay.
Now is she gonna do a lot of the same fundamentals and fundamental stuff she does? Yeah, absolutely. That's been ingrained in her. But I think
Hmm.
she's gonna surprise all of us. Now
I
she
think so
comes
too.
out and fights Christine Ferrer first, coming back. I'm not sure. I say she needs even though she was a previous champ and walked away from it. I think she needs a tune-up fight before she fights Christine. I'm sorry, Christine is
She's just a
on another
beast.
level. This is like her time. This is Christine's time. Like
So
when you have that moment,
what do you say if Christine and Britain meet again?
I love Britain. You know, she's a fantastic person. I just think Christine has her ticket right now. Britain maybe in 6 months, a year from now, because she's getting that. Britain right now is building her to a whole new level. She just
Hmm.
got married. She just came off two really good wins. She's getting her
Hmm.
confidence up. She's figuring out who she is in BKFC. She's figuring stuff out. From a belt perspective, yeah, it's a good choice for her. But if it's just a fight, just a normal fight, I don't think it's a good matchup.
Mm.
Unless they pay her a ridiculous amount of money, even if she to win, she's gonna get injured. I'm sorry. Somebody's getting injured
Mm.
in that fight.
Oh, but Christine, I
Yeah,
fucking
somebody's getting injured. That's
oh,
just the
yeah.
type of fight you're going in. So you have to be ready for it. Now, do I think Britain Hart's ready to fight Christine? Sure. But like I said, I think it's Christine's time. Like when people have that moment, it's their moment.
But we have to give her a relevant fight, and we have to give her,
Krista
you know what I'm
Shields.
saying?
There you go.
Because
Krista Shields.
You would match her against Clarissa Shields in a
Yep,
bare knuckle?
yep. It would be even. But I think Chris has a little bit more boxing pedigree with better striking, a little bit crisp, but she doesn't have the clinch game, and she's not used to bare knuckle. I think it evens out the odds.
I,
Or Cyborg. I'm Chris Cyborg, maybe.
I think Clarissa's too big. She's way too big.
Well,
She's too
obviously
big.
they'll have to figure out the weight, but I'm saying matchup wise, like
Dang, she
style
ain't
weight.
coming down below her boat. She's not coming down below her boxing weight. I know that.
Yeah, true.
So we would
True.
have to put 10-pound bodysuit on Christine, plus add another 15 pounds to
I
that.
still, even with the weight difference, I think Christine will still hold her own.
I think so too. Yeah,
Chris
yeah.
is a beast. She's been training at a Winklejohn right now, getting ready, and she's a beast. So
The Winkle Johns have been really scooping people up here lately in the
I,
last couple of
look how
years.
many seconds they produced. I mean, you can't.
They have been scooping people up, and people been going there for camps too. I've been a couple of my fighters. I've done interviews with them inside their camps. They're from John Winklejohn Academy.
Man, I got the privilege to go a couple years. It's probably been 6 years. I got to go for 2 weeks in Albuquerque. I learned more the first day than I probably learned in 2 years of MMA.
I believe it.
Just because the science, they actually care about the science of things. The coaches, everybody's there is good. I got to meet John Jones. That was awesome. I got to kind of grapple with him. It's more like he was playing with me. That's probably the strongest person. That's probably the strongest person I've ever met. I was a
He's
rag
probably
doll.
big as heck, ain't he?
He's just long. I mean, even if he wasn't long, that man is this strong. Like I've shooken Daniel Cormier's hand. You know, I've been face to face because of the stuff I've done with the UFC and stuff like that. But I mean, John is just a whole nother. Like his man strength is this. Now he's a heavyweight.
That's ugly, man. I can't wait to see him debut at heavyweight.
I don't know.
I don't even care who he fighting. I just can't wait.
I want to fight Francis. I know Francis is ready. Dana, pay the money.
Yo, that kid that just got a win over Derek Lewis. What do you think about him? I can't even call his name in this moment, but he just
Man,
yeah, that
he's
kid.
a monster. Game.
He's big as hell. Do you think?
He could be a future champion. The problem is at the UFC level in the top 5, top 6, I truly believe at any given day, somebody's going to win. It's not like that person's better every day.
It's not like somebody's going to dominate forever, but we're going to figure it out.
Dominate at heavyweight, but just not the way he did at light heavyweight.
Okay, you think so?
I mean, you got too many power punchers in the heavyweight division. You know, John Jones.
Yeah, but he's got a lot of movement. You got to really get up on him.
Yeah, you got to remember, John's going to have to fight a little differently with this weight.
Yeah, he is, but he'll still. I think he'll still be the faster fighter.
Oh, definitely faster fighter. The thing is, like Stipe, for an example, Stipe is good at.
I think he'll be the more accurate fighter too.
But I think he's going to get countered a little bit more. After Thiago Silva, people realized John Jones can be countered, and they started fighting John a little differently, and it helped John evolve. But John's really good at making people not counter, and I think people like Stipe, Francis will be able to counter. Now, I think Jones can beat Francis because I think he can cancel out his power. I think a better matchup is more of Stipe, but I mean, we won't know until we see the fights.
Excelente. Yes. So, Mr. Burns.
Okay.
What did you think about him and Mr. Shoemaker's fight?
All right. So don't get me wrong. I like Shoemaker. Great guy. You know, I got to chop it up with him a little bit backstage. But Burns, you know, after he knocked out Saros, you know, I did Chris Saros shirts. He knocked out Saros. I learned a lot of respect for him because of how he carried himself. You know, they went to train together. Him and Chris Saros trained together. So I was like, man, I got to meet Josh Burns for a few times, but he trained with my boy Harrison and he did stuff. So now I have this love for Burns. Like, you know, Josh was like, I have this new respect for him. So when he did that, I was like, man, that's incredible. You know, he lost to Frank. I love Frank Tate. and he lost to Frank. Then he comes back and gets like a 12-second knockout, and it's like jaw dropping how he did it. He did it exactly how he did it in practice in the backstage. Exactly.
I was not even surprised by the outcome of that fight. What I did find surprising was that Frank Tate and Chris Sorrow was in his corner while he was doing all of this. But what I will say is he put out that cat call to Mr. Beltran and Mr. Adams. Now I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. I don't think that little trick that pony had is gonna work on either one of them. He gonna have to bring just a little bit more. Just a little bit. I love him. I understand he might have some punching power, but he gonna have to bring his A game with them two.
Let me talk to you about our boy Joey Beltran.
Oh, here we go.
Man, I tried to not like him just for shits and
It's hard not to like Joey.
Man,
he's such a nice man. And then him and Britain together, that's just I get that.
He meets so many people. He don't remember my name. He knows who I am, but he doesn't remember my name. But he sees me, always gives me a high five. He's like, "Hey, how you doing? Appreciate you coming out." Even when he's not fighting, he's like, "I appreciate you coming out." I'm like, man, I can't not like you. And then you got Arnold, man.
Original
boy, I like him too.
King.
Man, he was the first. He put a lot of respect on the game. He comes to fight. He fought injured against Bobo. Like, you just learn to love people. You see part of their story. Like, I'm part of their Facebook community. I'm on Facebook and I interact with these people. And speaking of Bobo, man, that's one of my favorite people in the world. Shout out to you, buddy.
Bobo in the house. Yeah. I got a picture I gotta share with y'all.
Yeah, please. And but yeah, man, he comes to fight. Man, it's hard not to like people that come to fight and back up what they say. I try not to like him too, just because I try not to like certain people, and then I even like him even more.
Does history dictate the future?
So that fight to me is a 50-50 fight. I think it's any given day. Any given day, Joey Beltran has grit and bombs. Arnold has grits and bombs. Like,
that's gonna be like the fight of the year at this point. That is the fight. You tell me something hotter than that fight.
Honestly,
that we've even seen this year.
I want to see the distance. I want them to go the whole round beating the shit out of each other. I want them to put a clinic on each other. I want it to be the staple. I want SportsCenter to highlight this for the next 10 years.
Oh, okay. Look, this is gonna be the hottest fight right here. Mr. Adams versus Mr. Beltran. My question to everybody, including my two fighters, does history dictate the future? What will be different about both of them going into this fight? What will be different enough that will win that fight for each of them? That's my question. I don't even need to know nothing else. Just give me something to hold on to, something tangible. That's what I need to know. We know how tough both men are. You know what? Hold on. Tell me again how Mr. Burns got away with that. It looked like a double jab to me. It looked like he just doubled up on that jab. I don't know. I'm not the pro. You guys are the pros. My fighters are the pros. My commentators are the pros. They said they called it a left hook. I don't know. It looked like a double jab to me. But how was he? I mean, he cold slumped him. Like, I didn't even see that coming. Hook. We done seen him. Okay. We done seen Mr. Shoemaker take some punches.
I got it.
Yeah. It looked like a double jab to me, but how did that happen? Was there more power behind that punch than we even imagined?
I mean, it was just clean. It was in perfect range. It was clean. And Sam
Sam, what?
It was too quick. I had to watch the replay. I didn't the first time I could get dropped. I didn't see it was so quick. I mean, it was short.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like Yuli's fight. Yuli's fight was bam, and it was over. The dude's got slumped, and his opponent's a nice guy, a super great guy, and was tall. Like Yuli.
What do we see next from him?
Man, I wanted the same. I know he's been doing a lot of stuff with his son and stuff on Instagram and living life, and I like seeing that. I like seeing how these people transition from fighting to their personal life back to fighting and going. And Yuli's really good at that. He's really good at promoting himself, really good at getting out there. And him and his son.
I think he has a good team around him too.
Yeah, your team's important. People don't realize. Like I tell people, I'm not self-made. I'm teammate. If it wasn't for my team and finding the right people my whole life and having the right mentorship and the right guidance, I would not be where I'm at.
Understood, baby. Understood.
Like I've been very blessed and very cursed at the same time, but my blessings outweigh my curses.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
We are in this fight together because we all have different fights. Some people are fighting cancer. Some people are fighting depression. Some people are fighting, do they go after their goals and dreams? Do they take that financial risk? We have different things. Some people are fighting to be in their kids' lives. And it's like, we got to support one another. We're all going to fall short. We're going to have bad days. But the people that pick you up and there for you when you fail, it's worth doing it again. It's worth getting yourself back up, reinventing who you are and what you're going to do. So it's I think Sam's gonna reinvent himself. Sam Shoemaker, I promise you, gonna reinvent himself, put on a 2-3 fight win spree, and probably be right back in the position to maybe get the title.
I mean, because you got to remember these guys started way back at the beginning of this, and they weren't no spring chickens then, so. We got to make it happen.
I look at it this way.
I think the window is short for a lot of people.
Right. I think anybody that gets in the cage or gets in the ring or, or even gets on the mats for jiu-jitsu, and you compete, like, that is special. You're a 1%er. You're a 1%er. And it don't matter if you're an amateur and you never fight again, you lost your first fight. You're a fighter. You might not be a pro fighter, but you're a fighter. And I welcome everybody. Like people knocked on me for my MMA record and all this stuff, but here's the thing: is I show up to practice. I don't see them going to Elmore when he's in fight camp. I don't see them showing up to practice. These motherfuckers skip days.
Oh damn! You can't be skipping days and talking and keyboard warring.
Yeah, you want to be a pro fighter and you want to say all this shit, but where are you when some of your teammates need you for sparring? Where are you at when they need you for team training? Like, I don't care how many wins you got under the belt.
So let's talk about it. Reggie's fight, him and Johnny.
Yep, man. So I think Reggie made a few mistakes. Johnny made a few mistakes, but I think Reggie went in there a little too overconfident. He did a lot of good things, but I think he came in a little overconfident. And when he got hit a couple of times, he didn't transition. Now, I'm not nowhere near the boxer as Reggie, so my advice could be completely wrong. And I'm one of the biggest Reggie Barnett fans there is. Like, I was going, and I love Johnny Bedford, and he knows it, and I hope he knows it because I comment on his posts all the time on Instagram. But I was rooting for Reggie just because of my relationship with Reggie. Anytime I stop Reggie at any fights, he always chops it up with me, takes photos with me, spreads knowledge with me. But I just think he in the cage, he just made a few mistakes and it caught him. He fought him a little bit like he kind of fought Chop Chop a little bit, but with a little twist. He fought, he didn't find his long range and his short range. He fought his fight, but not the way I thought he was going to fight his fight.
Really? Okay.
I thought he was going to. I thought he would fight him how he would fight Dat, and I know how he'll fight Dat because Dat moves around a lot.
Right.
And Reggie's boxing is clean. So right. I don't know. I don't know. Johnny's a great fighter. The only thing I don't like about Johnny, how he said Reggie would be the best fighter to never win a belt. I don't believe that.
That really struck a chord with a lot of people, didn't it?
For my feelings, because Johnny, like I look up to this man. Like I look up to a lot of these guys. Like I aspire to one day have the knowledge they have in MMA, not just on the competitive level, but to teach someone. You know, my goal now is to learn as much as I can so I can teach the next generation. I don't care about being a UFC champion or a bare knuckle champion or a Muay Thai champion. That's not my path. My path is just helping other people be better people.
Right.
So, and I express myself in fighting. But to see that, man, it broke my heart for Reggie because it's like, and then you saw the fight and it's like, man. But I think at any given day, Reggie can beat him. It just wasn't his night.
Right. Right. Absolutely. So you don't think Reggie did enough to edge out the W in the fight? Were you surprised by what I should ask you is were you surprised by what the judges put out there?
I was surprised what the judges put out there. It could have went kind of either way, but I think Bedford skidded it in. Now I'm not saying he did it by a lot, like it was a clinic or anything. I just think Johnny got a couple better clean shots, and if I was the judge, I wouldn't want to be the person judging any of those fights. I don't care who it is, like because some of the shots look like they hit when you're there live and you watch the replay and they're misses or they're blocked.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
and then like it's really hard. Bare knuckles really hard to gauge. So I don't know. I rewatched that fight twice, and I probably got to rewatch again because every time I watch it, I see something different. That's the cool thing about bare knuckle when you have long distance fights. You see things you don't see before.
Right.
So
right.
it's like I don't know. I want to fight again. If they can fight tomorrow, I would want to watch it.
And you know what I said? You know, we'll end up with 5 fights because it'll be best out of 5.
Yeah, Reggie's gonna go on another 4 or 5 win spree and get another shot. It's bound to happen.
So is there anybody that we haven't seen in a little while that outside of Martin Brown that we want to see?
I don't think him and is him and Kid Grant in the same weight class, or is Grant a weight class under?
Who? A weight class under who?
Reggie.
No, they're in the same weight class.
I would love to see that fight. I don't know. I think Reggie got some, but I would love to see that fight because that fight's another any given day.
Well, what do you think? Who do you think they're going to give the next title shot to?
That's a hard one. Honestly, Dat probably. If Dat's coming back, it's going to Dat.
At 135? Johnny said he only want to fight him at 130. He want to fight him at 145.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool, but I'm saying at that 135 though. Who do you think they actually going to put in front of Johnny now?
Is there anybody they can? I mean, that's a high shit. Johnny's good right now. He's on his peak of his game. Like he's on a 2 or 3 fight win streak with title shots, with championship fights.
Mm-hmm.
He fought Jim Allers. He fought, and then Reggie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he lost to Dat. Because that was, yeah. So, I mean, beating Reggie for the second time had to boost him up on a whole new career. I mean,
Right.
Reggie Chop Corley was like on a 5-6 win spree. Like, I don't know how you beat that man right now, unless you're Reggie.
I don't know. I think it's a certain level of excitement for them two specifically.
Right. Well, I think
for
right
Johnny
now,
and Reggie that like they are not able to control.
I think
Like no matter what they do, how prepared they are, it's just that energy between them two as the fighters that the only way it's ever is settled is when they leave it right there in the ring.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see where the 135 division goes from
really
this point forward.
Mark comes back and a few other guys come back. It's really at that standstill.
And you know that shortly Reggie's co-trainer Brandon the Janitor Pennington will be joining the ranks of BKFC at 165.
That's awesome. I'm loving where BKFC's going. They have a few stuff they got to work out, but David Feldman's doing a great job. Nate Shook's doing a great job. I mean, they're
I
learning.
really like that Nebraska card too. That Nebraska card was off the chain as
Yeah,
far
but
as
it's
I'm
Nebraska.
concerned.
Like I love how they're going to different states, but Montana and Nebraska is like a little out there for me. I mean, I'm trying to work it out in my schedule to go.
Did
But
you
last time I
watch the
went to
fights from
Montana,
Nebraska though?
yeah,
Everybody was game. They came game. Everybody was game, whether
yeah.
they
What else?
got the W
What
or
else is
not.
there
They
to do
was
in
game.
Nebraska? Mow your
Well,
grass.
you know that you better stop playing with the big country cornbread
Hey,
fat boys.
nothing wrong with living in Nebraska. Okay, I love everybody that lives in Nebraska, but like it's
You
not like
know,
living
it's
in
a
Atlanta.
big wrestling and football state. So them boys are
Absolutely.
pretty big. They game any goddamn, but that's what they do for fun out in them cornfields.
Pre-game and then beat the crap out of each other.
Yes. So that was fun for them. That
Absolutely.
was fun for a lot of them. I was very, very shocked in the main event with Mr. Cochran and
Mike.
Mr.
Mike.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Richmond. Yo, Mr. Richmond made Dakota Cochran look like he was debuting.
Let me tell you something about Mike. This is his time. He said before his first fight, it's his time. He said he felt it. And it was just like when Connor went through his phase. Like you just knew. You know what I mean? You just
Yeah,
knew.
yeah.
Now I was hoping it was gonna be a little bit more competitive fight and it was gonna go to the decision. But Mike said, I'm knocking this man out. He went out there and knocked him out. And if I'm not mistaken, it was in the second round.
Do you think that home field advantage made Dakota gooey in the middle for this fight?
I don't know. Dakota Cochran's a great fighter. I mean, he has a
I
great.
know he is, but
I just don't. I don't know. I mean,
not saying that Mike didn't do what he was supposed to, but I was just shocked that he
look,
was
you get hit
able to
bare
do
knuckle.
it so
Everything,
easily.
everything gets thrown out the door when you get hit bare knuckle.
You're right. You know, I
Everybody got to
know.
get once you get hit. I'm telling you.
It's not like Dakota has not been and has like he. It's not like he has not been touched before
But
bare knuckle.
down what,
So
5 times, 4 times?
yeah, I think
I mean,
at least 3.
I just think when it's certain people's time, it's certain people's time. Just like when I was younger, it was my time. Like the person I am now in business and the person I was 10 years ago is not the same person. I was a killmonger in business 10 years ago. I'm not. I'm too humble now. I'm too generous. Like I'm not.
Getting a little. Are you getting gooey in the middle on Miss Nikki,
Man,
baby?
my employees melt my heart all the time. My friends melt my heart all the
Aww.
time. I'm like a teddy bear now. That's why I got fat.
We love you, baby. We love you.
Man,
So that I think that was just the biggest shocking thing. Now to see him come, that's who I'll be looking for to come back as Mr. Cochran because I believe that he probably had a lot of people rooting for him going into that
he's
fight against Mr.
title.
Richmond. And now look at Mr. Richmond. He's sitting on top of the world. And we're going to see what's next for him. That's going to be exciting to watch him grow, being that, you know, and even though he put out his little, his disclaimer and said, you know, that's how he felt in that moment. We respect that, Mr. Richmond. I mean, y'all have the right to feel and say what you know what you guys think and feel because you guys are the ones that sitting there taking them punches and them strikes and stuff. So if you feel like at this point you're the best bare knuckle fighter, then that's your right to feel that way, baby. Just do what you do. That's all
Absolutely.
I can say is just do what you do. Because
Absolutely.
this is a man eat man sport and it's every man for himself. So at the end of the day, you in there by yourself. So when you come out of there victorious, you have the right to feel the way you feel because you have survived that shit.
Like
Yes.
it's. I do feel it's safer in some aspects, but in other aspects, it's like, bro, you're getting hit by a brick wall every punch.
Man. And you know our kid, Mr. Thornton, is still down. He's still in the
Yeah, he's in my
hospital.
prayers and thoughts. He's such a nice guy.
Yes, he is. I got to spend about 30 minutes with that kid the day before the fight, and I had the best time ever just shooting the shit with him, talking about general life stuff. And he told me about his gym and some of the stuff he was having going on and what he was planning to do after the fight. And it was a good conversation. And I just felt some kind of way watching
Hold
that
on, let me tell you
happen.
something about
And
tragedy.
knowing that it wasn't nobody's intention, it wasn't nothing that anybody had control over, is the saving grace for my soul, because nobody expects that or wants that to happen. But when you watching it happen and there's nothing that you can do to stop it in that moment, it's like, God dang.
Right?
So we got to keep this kid in our prayers, like you said, and be ready to activate when he does get to that point of they're able to release him. We're going to have to kick in together. We're going to have to kick in, you guys, as a community, and help this young man out and his family, because they're going through a lot too. His dad, I
Bounce
believe, has
back.
cancer.
People don't realize this man is a fighter in spirit, in his head, in his heart. Like the moment he gets ready to move, he gonna move. I'm telling you. Just like my brother.
Absolutely.
The doctor said my brother was gonna be a vegetable. Man, I watched my brother in a video my mom sent me the other day running laps.
Not running laps.
Running
Not get
laps.
your big ass out here, Andrew.
I don't even run laps. My brother that survived a nasty car accident had his freaking a titanium plate in his head running laps.
See, God is good. That's all I know.
God is great. God
He
is
is the
great.
best. And so I think, was there anything that we missed? Oh, Mr. Aiken. He recently came up on a W2, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Congratulations to my dude. Yes, that's my guy.
Hopefully, I'll be able to see him tomorrow. If not, I'll catch him around. Man, that's my boy.
I think he'll
So
probably
proud.
be there tomorrow to support you, buddy, unless he's
He might be
fighting
out
himself
of town.
tomorrow
I believe his
somewhere.
daughter's birthday is coming up, so he might be going out of
Okay.
town. He messaged me the other day saying he may be there, may not. He always shows support and love to me. That's my brother. People don't even realize me and him at first didn't like each other. When I tell you, when I try to hate people, I normally become best of friends with them. I fought one of his best friends, Hunter McKendrick. We fought to a draw, and fight was hype, man. Me and Hunter hated each other. We're friends now. We're really good friends now, but we hated each other. We talked so much shit. Like there was gym beef. There was like all this stuff.
Not Jim Beef.
Yeah, Harrison wanted to kill me. I fought his boy. We started talking. He's friends with Joe. We started being friends. I started doing shirts for him, and we've been best friends ever since. And Ansley, his wife, is awesome. His two daughters are great. And man, he went through a lot in the last year. And man, I'm so proud of all his accomplishments and everything he's doing.
Yeah.
Harrison, when you see this, bro, I love you. I'm proud of you, bro.
Yes, we
Man,
are.
your story is amazing. One day you're gonna be a motivational speaker. Quote me now. You will be speaking in front of thousands because you got a powerful story, my guy. And you need to share it to everybody because people need to hear it.
Miss Nikki agrees. Miss Nikki concurs with that. Yes, yes.
And then we got, speaking of Harrison, you can't mention Harrison without Zion. Zion's coming back.
Yes, he is. You know what? All I can say about my kid is he be wanting to smoke. He wants all the smoke.
I love it. He's like
And
20 years old, 21 years old, and he wants it all. I love it.
yeah, yes, he do. And you know what? It's going to be people like him that's going to make the future of bare knuckle fun for us older people that have been here from the beginning.
Absolutely.
Just
Hey,
knowing that we got little warriors like that coming up and hungry little wolves like that, they biting and chomping at everybody's feet and
right?
legs. So yeah, that's exciting. That was another situation when I seen him go down. Like I was like, oh my god, my baby is hurt, you know. But he got up on his own 2 feet and was able to walk out of that fight. Didn't have to have surgery, so everything is working out great for him. I really like that doctor that they have at BKFC. I really like that doctor. I really do. They take him from show to show, right?
I'm not exactly if he's there at every show, but
He's there for most of them.
I've had to, yeah. So
What did you think
other people are
about
good too.
what did you think about the judging and the scoring and stuff in Nebraska? Did you think they did a fair enough job? Being that
Overall,
being that
overall,
it was their first time?
overall, yeah. But there's a few things they got to fix. I mean,
Okay.
it's just like every state, man. A lot of these commissioners aren't fighters. They're
Mhm.
not, you know what I mean? They're not sports combatives. They don't train. So they go to these meetings and they learn the sport and they do some seminar drilling and stuff like that. I don't know all the extensive behind it, but I know a little bit about it. But I think judges do their best. Now I have seen judges during fights talk to people in the fans and not even pay attention and then completely sabotage a card. But I think they did a pretty fair job. I mean, we'll see. The more shows we get, the more opportunities we get to see their judging.
And I also need to get your take on some of these after knockout fight punches. Like
Alexander,
I I get it. I get it. I don't I get it. I get it. It's hard to not throw that extra punch to make sure your guy is really going to be out or down or whatever. But are we seeing another window, a smaller opportunity window opening with this?
all right. So, I think they screwed Melvin Gillard out of his last fight because of that. Alexander clearly struck this dude when he was down. Melvin's person was still up. You got to remember, Melvin got the same type of disqualification for hitting the opponent the same way he was. So, I don't know. Alexander's professional. You get paid to follow a rule set. Unfortunately, in combat sports, we have rules. Every state's different.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, BKFC, every state they go into, it's a similar rule set.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that you get paid not to do that. It's part of your contract. That's what you show up to do. It happens. Was it instinctual? Probably. Do
Yeah.
I think it was intentional? Probably not.
No.
But at the same time, if you're gonna do it to Melvin, you have to do it to him. And you have to be fair across the board. Now, are they going to overturn the fight? Probably not.
No. Just like they didn't overturn Melvin's fight, they gave
Right.
him that main event with Joe Riggs.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's still a fight. Joe Riggs versus Melvin Gillard.
I am not putting nothing down. I'm just saying
Yeah,
that was their way of saying we fucked up.
But it was the referee. It wasn't BKFC. It's not like David Feldman can go in there and say, "Hey, start the round over."
You still not start the round over.
Dude, I mean, when they did that sudden death with Tyler, was it Tyler Vogel versus Brunswick? Man, how you say his name? The guy from England.
Oh, Tyler Goodjohn.
No, not Goodjohn. The other guy, the guy that fought Tyler Vogel, and they went into the 6th round.
Was his name Boswick?
Boswick, yeah, I think so. You know, they made them go an extra round. They said continue after they stopped it and everything. They said we're doing a sudden death. I thought it was the coolest shit ever.
So, what do you think the best? What do you think it can wow some more spectators to come over to combat sports? Period. Not just boxing, not just MMA, not just bare knuckle.
I think that's the fans' job now. I think there's enough promotions in the world like the UFC, Bellator, ONE FC, Bare Knuckle, BYB that are putting the content out. Now it's on the local scene. I've been saying for 10 years, fighters are not getting enough sponsors and they're not getting enough fans on social media. And they're a part of it. They want to make more money. The local shows have to make more money. The only way they can do it is for bigger venues. People don't realize the cost it takes to do these sports. And yeah, UFC is $1 billion company, but they're borrowing money to expand in different countries. Yeah. When you're borrowing money the way they are, yeah, you're a profitable country. You're still borrowing money. You got to pay that back one day.
Yeah.
Do I think the UFC needs to pay more? Absolutely. I'm right there for a fighter's advocate, you know, but at the same time, I understand. You know what I mean? And if a fighter wants to control his destiny that's not in the UFC, get sponsors. And stop taking fight-to-fight sponsorships. Right now, if you're a fighter, you better sign these companies for 3, 6, 9, 12 months and make them pay you like an endorsement deal. You need to be able to budget you need to balance your budget. If you fight 3 times a year and you know that, and you know you're going to fight every 3 to 4 months, your sponsors should be locked in for a year. You should know it. Go ahead and get your stuff prepped so you're not rushing it, and sell your merchandise. Don't just make a new shirt every fight. You can add stuff to it, but you need to do like these clothing brands. You think a clothing brand dropping a shirt every time something happens? No, they're milking it. Until you can't sell that shirt no more. Why make a new one?
And that comes from the man who makes the shirts.
You know what I mean? Like,
and he want all the cash. He want all the cash.
Look, I have one shirt. I'll show you off camera, but I have one shirt that I've been selling since 2010. and it's my number 3 most selling shirt to this day, and I never changed one variation on it. I have people that literally probably own 6 of these things in their closet because they're so comfortable.
Right.
And
Isn't that gray
fine.
shirt like you made for me?
Oh, it's great, yeah.
That I just had that on yesterday.
No, wait till you send me your new logo, and I'm gonna send you a shirt.
Okay.
Because we won't have when you sent me that logo, we had some difficulties because how I got it, and it's hard it was hard to replicate.
Take it the way I sent it to you. Go take it off my page.
Oh, okay. You already know. Because I have a certain way I want to do this with the black shirt, and it's not gonna be like I did last time. I'm gonna subliminate it. It's gonna be nice.
Okay.
Give me about a month because I'm out of the office for a little bit and I gotta catch up on some stuff.
I ain't mad at you, baby. Do your thing.
I got you.
You cannot rush greatness. Miss Nikki cannot rush greatness.
But I'm about to have to drive 30 minutes to my house. I have my meal preps at a friend's house. I need to get my car. I need to get my car.
We all comfortable over there on the friend's couch, just chilling, hanging out, having our interview.
Peter's hanging game and listening. So, but yeah, they picked up my meal preps for me. The gym I train at is 5 minutes from their house. And when Brian from Macro Meals came, I asked Essie, one of my best friends, who you met, Essie.
Yes.
She came and picked up my meals, so then I had to send in my car. And so, and then I went to cut weight at Joe's. My roommate Scott, who you met, Scott.
Yes.
He took me to weigh-ins. So, and then we met Jason Wolf for lunch, and then we went back to the house, and I had to get my car because my roommate works overnight, and he hasn't slept, so I had to get him home so he get some sleep.
Oh man, y'all had a whole bunch of different things going on this evening.
Grinding.
Always on the grind. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Is there anything? Shout out your sponsors. Shout out your team. Shout out your gyms.
Shout out to Team Hitman Joe Elmore, my head coach. Shout out Striker Fight Center. Shout out all my teammates, cross training partners. There's so many of you. I tell y'all every day I love and appreciate y'all. So you already know it. Some of my sponsors, I'm not gonna name them all because there's 37 of them. But definitely Macro Meals, Hoskin Law Group, Miss Bonnie. Let's go. Cantrell Landscaping. My boy from high school, he supported me this camp. I appreciate everything you do. We got Hooters Kennesaw. They always support me. The girls there always take care of me. Greencrest Pool Management, one of my boys. Barkim Green, appreciate you, brother. Shoot, I gotta look. There's so many. D Curry with Swamp Rabbit Customs. He helps me with designs for my brand. Obviously, Quintal Lanford with Lanford Studios and Just Heart Apparel. It's my business partner. He's one hell of a graphics artist. If you need artwork, t-shirts, merchandise, message him first before you message me. I fight tomorrow. I probably won't see your message. But that's just a few of them. I appreciate all the rest of my sponsors. You know what I do for y'all, and you know what you do for me. So I love y'all. Miss Nikki, I love you. That's why you're always on my banner. That's why I rock with you. You ever need me, if I can get on a plane, I'll be there.
Yes, baby. I love you. And we are excited for you tomorrow. Check him out on that NFC 138 card. It's going to be streamed through Flow Combat Sports. Go to their YouTube page.
Yep. You can go to the YouTube page and then go to their actual website.
Go to the website, check them out, see Andrew fight tomorrow, see all the other great fighters that are going to be on this NFC 138 card down there in the district in Metro Atlanta, Georgia. It's going down in that town tomorrow. If you're not going to be able to show up in person, go to Flow Combat Sports again. If you are going to go in person, show up a little bit early because that place is going to get packed. These kids, they be ready to go. And it's going to be a nice, promotional thing going on there tomorrow. Just go enjoy, you guys. I mean, the fighters are always so friendly and welcoming, and the people that own the district were very it's clean in there. That I can say it's clean, and everybody was welcoming. I didn't have even after the situation, like outside in the parking lot, like there were no situations. Everybody came out, had a good time. Everybody got in the car, took their butts home. Wasn't no shooting, no fighting, no arguing, and that was awesome.
We hit a party.
Yes.
That's Atlanta. So
that was awesome. Yes. Well, so good luck tomorrow. So is it an
exhibition?
Yeah, or is it going to count on y'all's records?
100%.
Oh, it's sanctioned.
It's sanctioned.
Ooh, we get us a big old W or a big old L tomorrow.
Hey, look.
One of the two.
Now, if I lose, it's okay. I'll be back Monday.
We know it. We
I
know
win.
it.
Hey, if I win, guess what? I'll be back Monday.
Not I'll be back.
Here's the thing is, I love to fight. You can whoop my ass, but one thing you're gonna know I was there. I promise you. As everybody I fought, they'll tell you one thing. Andrew showed up.
I believe it. I believe it. I
You're
am
not gonna
so.
beat me. It's gonna be by decision. You ain't. Hold on. Let me knock on wood real quick. I'm not gonna jinx myself.
So you plan on staying at 165 around there, or do you
I'm
plan
back
on
to.
going
I'm
to
going to 55. I probably won't do 45. I'll check. I'll check. Let me get to 55.
Okay, and
So
see how it
I
feels.
probably 173 right now, 174 right now. I'll probably go in the cage like 174, 173 and a half.
Okay.
So the next goal would probably fight maybe at 55, see how I feel, and then gauge. Gauge where I'm at. I'm not 25 anymore. I'm 28 years old, about to be 30. Yeah, I'm about to be 30. Don't blink. I'll be 29 in January, so I'm not getting younger. So maybe 165 is my new calling.
Okay, that sounds like a plan, young man.
So
Whichever way is whichever weight you and your team and your coaches decide is good for you is good for us.
yes, ma'am. Well, I
Yes,
appreciate
as long
it.
as you ain't struggling to get there.
I'm gonna message you right after the fight, regardless if I win or lose.
It's
So
all good, baby. I'm excited for you and
thank
proud of you. I'm sorry I'm not there to sit by your side, baby.
you.
But Miss
You
Nikki got
always
love.
older. What do you mean? You always in there with me when I'm at
It's
fight.
all
I hear your
good.
voice. Miss Nikki's like, "Oh, you better not say nothing. You might get knocked out." And I hear your voice so much. I talk about you so much. You have no idea.
I love you, baby, so
So
much.
well, I love you. Good night. I'm about to make this drive. I'll see you.
And y'all be safe, okay?
Bye.
Bye, babies. Boom. If you ask, they will tell. You see what I'm saying? You cannot buy this kind of energy. You can't buy this kind of respect. You can't buy this kind of love. And I'm going to continue to do what Miss Nikki does for her fighters. And you guys, y'all just being who you are does enough for Miss Nikki. I don't even know. Me and Andrew cover everything. I'm telling you, I'll be looking for stuff from me and him soon. Me and him. Yes, this young man is a mover and a shaker in our combat sports world. Like he said, he's an entrepreneur. He worked on the matchmaking side. He worked on I wouldn't really say managing side. He likes to help fighters get where they need to be or get the things that they need to get in order to have a good, healthy camp for their fights and stuff and in their future of their fight lives. So this young man he's a very good resource to have. And yeah, I go to bat for him any day of the week. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this interview. Miss Nikki had some stuff lined up for this evening, but it ended up turning out that my fighters can't release all the information, so we're kind of going back and forth trying to set it up so it'll be appropriate for them when the information can come out. Because I be telling you all the time, Miss Nikki be knowing stuff, I just can't say it. I just cannot freaking say it. I don't want to get none of my fighters in trouble. I don't want to get none of my managers in trouble. I don't want to anger my promotions, so Miss Nikki be knowing stuff. I just can't say it. And sometimes stuff falls off or somebody gets hurt, like Mac and Cheese was saying. Stuff just changes ever so quickly in this world. So sometimes we have stuff ready to go and built up and ready, bang, this is what's going to happen. And something happens and we got to pull back and regroup and put another name in there or another fighter in there. So there's things that people are working on. There are actual contracts that have been signed. We have just got to wait for the promotion to give the fighters the permission to release the information. And hopefully that'll be soon because these fights are coming up very quickly and very soon. I need to find my girl, Gabrielle, the gal Roman. I need her. If anybody can reach out to her and tell her Miss Nikki is looking for her. I haven't been able to get her on social media. She got rid of her social media or deleted it or whatever she's doing right now. If anybody sees her or talks to her, tell her Miss Nikki is looking for her. Um, be looking for me and Zachary Ziggy Johnson to get up together. Be looking for Miss Nikki to be getting up with. Hopefully I can get Mr. Richmond up here. Hopefully I can get Mr. Oh god damn. Houston, Alexander, um, be looking for Kasim Ruffin, Cautious Kasim Ruffin to be coming up talking to Miss Nikki. Miss Nikki been in a mix with everybody, and it's just a matter of getting it all put together. I'm still only one person. I am still only one person. So if I have a conversation with you and we don't get to our interview or anything like that, it is not that I'm trying to ghost you. It is not that I'm trying to be funny. It's not that anything. It is just that Miss Nikki is only one person. I'm only one person. I can only do so much. And the sister got a full time job. So, with that being said, there you have it. Um, we wish our guy Mac and Cheese, Andrew Sams, all the best of luck tomorrow or today in his fight because it'll be later on this evening. Once again, it'll be at the district in Metro Atlanta, Georgia. If you're not going to be able to attend, you can go to Flow Combat Sports website or their YouTube page and probably pay a very small nominal fee to watch the fights tomorrow. Andrew said, I think he said it's going to be 12 fights. Did he say 12 fights? 9 fights, 18 fighters is what I think he said. They're going to have some Muay Thai fights, and then the rest of the fights are going to be MMA. So that'll be an awesome card. Um, as I said, Miss Nikki has been in the district before to one of the NFC fighting events. Those interviews that I got from that event is on my YouTube page. It's a pretty safe place. It was nice. It was comfortable. I didn't ever feel like I was, you know, no funny duddy. I mean, they serve food, they serve drinks. The one thing I can say is that I did not sweat to death in there. So their heating and cooling is pretty decent in there. So you don't have to worry about sweating to death unless you're just a generally hot person. But go see the fighters tomorrow down there in Atlanta, Georgia. We got a UFC card tomorrow. We got all kinds of things. I think there's a boxing card too. All kinds of stuff going on. Mm. And my brand new logo is made by Gambit the Bard, Bard. You can find him on Instagram. Um, Gamba, Gamba, the Bard, Bard. You can find him there. He does more than just graphics. He's pretty well rounded with this computer stuff. He works on websites. He can do a multiple of things. So if you guys need anything from him, please look him up on Instagram or here, even on Facebook. Um, Also, Homegrown MMA, you can go there and check them out. They're all about this movement that Miss Nikki is on with her amateur fighters and following you guys into your pro careers and throughout your career. You can go to Homegrown MMA on Facebook or Instagram. It's also a place where you can kind of find out how to up your visibility on social media. Maybe get some financial tips, maybe get some other tips on how to manage your own career as a fighter. Yeah, you'll go there and find lots of different things. Miss Nikki will be linking up with them. Um, yeah, yep. And if you love Miss Nikki and you want to support her movement, hit the Hit Fight Heads MMA's Cash App, guys. Go ahead, don't be scared. Show your love. Once again, we're going to keep Mr. Justin Thornton in our prayers and his family, because not only is that young man laid up in the hospital, but his dad, I believe, is going through cancer treatments right now. So that family really needs our love, our prayer, and our support. And just don't forget, you guys, we got to be here for each other. So, with that being said, never here to participate, always been here to take over. Love, peace, and hair grease. Miss Nikki and Fight Heads MMA. You guys have the best evening ever. And I'll be seeing you guys soon. Don't ask me what the next interview is gonna be, who it's gonna be with. I don't know. But you know Miss Nikki always trying to bring y'all something great to find out. And get us some good nuggets for upcoming events and oh yeah, tomorrow my home gym, 757 Boxing, goes to, I believe, USA Boxing Nationals tomorrow in North Carolina, I believe. Yes. So we're going down to take some amateur boxing championships home tomorrow. Um, and Miss Nikki will give you the update either Sunday or Monday as to how well we did at the event 757 Boxing. Don't forget Reggie has a seminar coming up in I want to say Buffalo, New York, September 26th and 27th. It's a 2-day seminar. Um, you'll have one of the best bare knuckle fighters in the world giving a bare knuckle seminar. So you guys want to go to Reggie Easy Barnett's page, go to Educated Hands University website and find out all the details. You can go to 757 Boxing Club. He got 3 different pages you can go to check to see the information for the seminar. And you just never know who might show up at this seminar to support Reggie as far as from the bare knuckle world. It could be anybody from our historian, Scott Bird. We just don't know who's going to end up there, but we know it's going to be some great people coming in to take the seminar. And thank you to everybody who is going to attend the seminar. It'll be well worth your time and your money, and hope you get a chance to really enjoy yourself, learning some great things that these bare knuckle fighters are being able to give away to y'all in the community and teach y'all and share with you guys. Doesn't mean that you have to go out and become bare knuckle fighters either. You know, they just want to share with you what they have learned, what they're innovating, what they're elevating, what they're, making better. So with that being said, don't forget 26th, 27th of September, Buffalo, New York, Reggie Easy Barnett Jr. is giving his first bare knuckle fighting seminar. Always and also be looking for Brandon, the janitor Pennington, and Miss Nikki. Be looking for us to do an upcoming interview. We got a lot of stuff going on. Miss Nikki is working on some other things. Ready to fight is get ready to come back. We got a lot of stuff we're working on. So just stay tuned, you guys. Miss Nikki loves you. Again, love, peace, and hair grease. Never been here to participate, always been here to take over. So have a great night and everybody be safe. And love, peace to all my people that are suffering through these hurricanes and have been displaced and their families are displaced and lost everything. Miss Nikki just sends love and prayers. If there's any way that we can, oh man, I don't know. People use all kinds of stuff. They can use clothing. Find your favorite organization that you'd like to donate to people and give a little bit extra because people are really going through it, especially those people down there in Louisiana and along that corridor, Texas, all of that. They're really going through it with these storms hitting them back to back. And they haven't even gotten over the first one to be now dealing with this second one. As a matter of fact, this is something that they're going through in this moment that I am talking, just terrible rain and flooding and oh yes. So if we can find our favorite organizations that we trust and I don't know who commented. Oh, hey Bear Bennett, Miss Nikki. I am so sorry, you guys. I wasn't even thinking about these comments when I was doing my interview. Nathan Montez Mitchell, thank you, baby, for the love. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Um, yeah, just find your favorite organization. Anything that you're able to give is needed. Food, clothing, socks, underwear, um, hygiene products, perishable, non-perishable foods, stuff in cans, stuff that can stay for a while, and even some can openers for people to be able to open the cans that they're being gifted, that are coming through for them as care packages. Um, Toilet paper, soap, anything you think a person could need to survive right now. Water, washcloths, even before they getting some the stuff cleared up from the first flooding and stuff, they're having to deal with it again. So they need us, we need them. Let's just be a community and support each other, you guys and girls out there. But you all have the best Saturday ever, and we'll be talking. Enjoy all your combat sports today. Enjoy all your college football today, or whatever football be on. I'm thinking college football. I don't know. I think you don't. But yeah, and my Steelers play Sunday. But you guys have the best Saturday ever, and be safe in your travels, and just take care of each other. Miss Nikki is out.